I moved to Florida about 4 years ago, and that's when I first found out that I had blood clots in my lungs. It started where I thought I was just having asthma attacks. My breathing problems would come and go for a certain period of time, but it got to a point where even in like 3 steps, I'd have to stop and wait. Then things started hurting. My legs would start swelling up. My lower back at one point just drove me crazy. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and a lot of it was because of the lack of oxygen. My kidneys were starting to shut down on me. Started off with multiple hospitals, and they kept pushing me to another hospital, to another surgeon, to another doctor. And I just kept getting moved and moved and moved, and nothing was solving the problem. One hospital put me on medication that actually made me sicker than I was, and that's when the end really felt near. They didn't feel that they were able to go in and remove these blood clots from my lungs. Yeah, I left the hospital thinking I was going to die. I'm originally from Rhode Island, and I have a plot there with my mom. I set it up with the same funeral home to get my body cremated here. The ashes brought up to Rhode Island and buried next to my mom. I learned from her passing a couple of years ago that I didn't want my daughters to have to do what I did for my mom, because she died rather quickly. So my house, everything in my house was sold or given away. My dog was given away. My favorite car was given away. And yeah, I just cleaned house. And I was fortunate because my fiance and her family helped me with everything and gave me a roof over my head. And I wasn't working. I couldn't work. When I came back to Celebration in November, at that point, I thought that was going to be the end. And I didn't want to die in my fiance's home and her parents' home and leave them with that vision. So they brought me here, and I was in the emergency room for a while, and they moved me to intensive care. And they kind of got me comfortable, I guess is the right word. And Dr. Olabi came in and told me I wasn't going to die. And he set me up with a marvelous surgeon, Dr. Davis in Orlando.
First time I met him, he was desperately ill in an intensive care unit. He really couldn't talk very well, because every time he would get more than about 3 or 4 words, he started turning blue. There were no other options. He was literally dying, and the pulmonologist's comment was, you know, we're not going to give up on you, and we're going to try to find some way of preventing that death.
When I woke up, I knew the worst was over. They had to get me off the oxygen. They had to kind of wean me off oxygen as we went along, and every day they would get me up walking. That was Dr. Davis's biggest thing. I had to get up and walk.
Mario kind of stopped me in my tracks because he said, no, thank you. And I said, yo, you're welcome. I mean, it's just what we do. He says, no, thank you. And I said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, I had planned essentially my death. I'd sold all my possessions. I had basically unburdened my family because I didn't think I was going to make it. He's back. He's planning a wedding. He's back at work. He's doing all the things that we all take for granted as part of our lives. And yeah, it kind of reminds us why we do what we do.
I feel like I did when I was 30, and there's just no stopping me. I want to enjoy everything I can.